Hi everyone, my name is Rod. I want to thank you again for joining me today. I want to talk about a subject that just a little humorous to me, which is sometimes you'll meet people and it could be all walks of life. I'm very fortunate that I have friends of all walks of life, different cultures, rich, poor, struggling, not struggling, successful, whatever it is. I'm just very fortunate that I just seem to get along with most people, and I'm able to develop relationships with most people. It just doesn't matter who they are. And part of that reason I'm able to do that is because of how I feel about myself. It took me a long time to get to that point that I like myself enough. And when you like yourself enough, you project yourself onto others, and you just don't really care what others are doing as compared to you because you like yourself. So usually you can fit in, you get along with people, you accept people, and they will accept you usually. But sometimes though, I'll meet people and folks are kind of sizing them up with me. And this is anybody, this is any culture will do this to me. They will look at me, size me up, how I look, whatever, how I talk, whatever it is. And they almost have this, it seems to have this impression as, you know, at least I'm better than you. They kind of have, it feels like they have that impression. At least I'm better than you. It's like this arrogance that comes with it, which annoys me. But for the most part, I just ignore it. Because like I said, I like myself. It took me a long time to get to that point, but I like myself. But the thing about this person who's coming to me with this arrogance of at least I'm better than you, it's almost as if they feel like they know that I don't feel that way. I don't think I'm better than them, but you're not better than me either. I'm just happy who I am. I'm happy in the direction I'm going. I'm just trying to improve my life, better my life, enjoy my family, whatever it is that I'm doing. I don't give a shit about you. For the most part, I love people, but a person comes to me that way, I don't care about you, not thinking about you. But it becomes as if they're having to prove something. They become desperate, as if they have to prove. So they have to prove to me because I'm not buying into it. They know I'm not buying into it. Now they got to prove it. So that's when the hostility, the tension comes into play. I mean, I've had people follow me. I've had people say derogatory comments to me. I've had people diss me, not shake my hand. I've had people spread rumors about me. I mean, the list goes on and on, this desperation. And you start to learn certain things about people in these situations. And one of the things is that sometimes these people, not only are insecure about themselves and their place in the world, because they're trying to prove to you, me, they're trying to prove to me that they're better. Why are you even trying to prove to me anything? You know, am I that great to you that you have to prove to me that you're better than me? I mean, this is what we're doing here? I find that some people though, when this doesn't work with me, then you start getting anger and you start getting a little bit of hatred and you start finding out that this person has, you know, hatred and anger in them. And they start projecting that towards me. And I have this understanding though, when somebody starts projecting the anger, the hate towards me, at this point I become sympathetic. And so I have two strategies, which I'm going to share with you today. When somebody comes to me when they have this attitude, at least I'm better than you, and they find out that I don't feel that way. Because for somebody to be better than you, it takes two people. Two people have to agree to this idea that who's better than who. But if one person doesn't agree, then it throws this whole thing out the window. And what happens is when somebody's coming to you with the approach that they're better than you and you don't go along with it, then they become disheartened, confused, because they know that they think they're better than you, but you don't present yourself that way. So then there's this desperation. And sometimes in the desperation, there becomes anger. There becomes this hatred towards you. And one of my strategies is when I come into these situations is that, you know, yeah, if I need to confront, if I need to fight this situation, I'll do it. But if I don't need to, I take this different approach. And this different approach is I become sympathetic. I become sympathetic to this person who has this hatred, this dislike, whatever it is, this anger towards me. Because really, it's not projected towards me. They think it's projected towards me. And I feel the sting of it when they move towards me, when they have this anger or hatred towards me, but it's really about them. It's really about them. And the thing about when somebody has hate or anger inside of them and they're projecting it towards you, they're living it. It's with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're living it. They wake up with it. They go to bed with it. And this hate or anger affects everything in their lives, their families, their jobs, their social lives. It affects them and their mindsets, their peace of mind. It affects everything. So this is why I say, as a strategy for me, one of the things, the first thing I do is I become sympathetic. Now, one of the reasons I become sympathetic, because years ago myself, I was angry. I was just an angry man. I was disillusioned. I didn't understand some of the things I was going through in my society, in my world, whatever it is. So I chose to take this route of anger. And when you choose to take this route of anger, it weighs you down. So I understand how it is. And also at that time, there was a time where I just didn't like myself. For the same reasons, I just didn't like myself. When you're living in anger all the time, you will not like yourself. And when you don't like yourself, even though you pretend to other people and you pretend like you're this great person, glorious, everything's going well, you don't like yourself. And 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you don't like yourself. You wake up with yourself. And basically what I learned from those experiences, you're living in hell. It's a hell situation, and it's hard to get out of that situation. Sometimes for you to get out of that situation, you need help, professional help, family member, friend, whatever it is. So when I meet these people, this is why I say I'm sympathetic. When I meet these people that have this kind of hate and anger, I'm sympathetic. But I'm not sympathetic for them. I don't give a shit about them. I care about people in general, but this person who's trying to hurt me, I don't give a shit about them. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. Because when somebody projects their hurt and their anger on you, it can cause a reaction. You know, you feel disrespected and it causes a reaction. And the reaction is you'll retaliate against them. And then who knows where this goes, right? It could go into physical, or it can go into something else. Who knows where it goes into? And you don't want to take it there. You don't need to take it there. I agree, there's times to confront. I've had many confrontations in my life, and I'll talk about it in another video about how I have my confrontations. But that's not somewhere you want to take it. So for my sake, for my own peace of mind, so that I don't react, I show sympathy for this person. I'm like, wow, I remember what it was like to be like this person with all this hate and anger. And so I can sympathize with that. And I can sympathize and say, it's not about me. Even though it's directed towards me, it's not about me, it's towards them. Now, yeah, I feel the sting of it, because whenever somebody has hate or anger and they move it towards your direction, yeah, you feel the sting of it, but it's temporary. And you get thicker skin as time goes on. But this person has it all the time. I mean, they see me, I walk into the room, they reacted. Me caused something they think, and it caused them to react. That's hatred, that's anger, whatever it is. That's affecting them. It affects everything that they do. So that's the first thing, sympathy. Be sympathetic, just for my own sake. But the second part, and this is why I say this kind of humorous for me, because it's kind of like a joke I have with myself. But there's two things I do. So the second thing that I do, when I come across somebody who is projecting this anger, this hatred towards me, they're trying to sabotage, they're trying to hurt me, and I show the sympathy. The second thing I do is, and I'm sincere when I say this, but it's like a joke for myself, but I'm also serious at the same time. But the second thing I do, I look at that person, and I don't say this out loud, but I think this to myself. And you know what I say to myself? I say, thank God I'm not you right now. GAWD, capital GAWD, God. Thank God I'm not you right now. Because this state that this person is in is a disillusioned state. They have somehow taught themselves, trained themselves, whatever it is, to think that they're better than me, better than another individual, and it's not true. And because I don't go along with it, they're in misery. I call it state. And actually, it's not me I call it a state. Tony Robbins calls it, there's a state that you're in. And this state that they're in, this state of anger, this state of hostility that they're trying to direct towards me or whoever, it's a horrible way. It's hell. It is hell. And because I don't go along with it, and because I'm sympathetic, and because I don't get involved in this situation, they become even more angry. They become even more hateful. And that's why I say, it's like, it's never ending. And this state is just horrible. And that's why I say, thank God, GAWD, thank God I'm not you right now. And I say right now because it's a state. They could change, they could grow, they could become better. But right now, I'm not you. And I'm sincerely mean that, because I know what it's like to be something like that. And I've evolved over the years. And that person's a long way from happiness, a long way from their peace. And they don't understand how much they have disillusioned themselves in the state that they created for themselves, and they try to project on another human being. It's horrible. It's horrible to see. Not horrible for me, horrible for them. So anyway, once again, that's all I have to say. I really do appreciate you listening to what I have to say, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you again.